Welcome to Star Wars Sundays. I am your host, your GM, Jay, also known as Neofet Theory on the socials. Welcome to Shadowport Adventures, the luck of the draw. We are here playing some Star Wars RPG, Edge of the Empire. And before we dive in and get into the wonderful recaps and all the other information, we're going to introduce our wonderful crew and our wonderful players, starting off with the pilot extraordinaire, Bill. Who are you playing and how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Wonderful to be back here in outer space. Like I can be right over top of Kier. I can be out of the way. We could be like twinsies. I'm Bill Roper, at Bill Roper on the socials, and I am playing Kier Starfall, your human, this cargo ain't gonna ship itself pilot, who's, learning new things about how space works, I guess, or planets. I didn't realize
Or
this was
friends.
exactly what I was signing up for when I agreed to be captain of this fine crew. But yeah, there's stuff going on.
Just a little. There's some, some backstory discoveries. So I look forward to diving into that a little bit more into that tonight. So thank you, Bill. Jim, how are you doing, sir?
I'm great.
And who are you playing?
I'm playing Clicky, the gun-toting Jawa and Kier's best friend, who may not be Kier's best friend anymore after what happened last episode.
I'm afraid to not be your best friend. I like
Stress inducer, friend,
Problem solver.
problem solver. Yeah, that you definitely solve the problem. There might be some consequences based off that, but hey.
Oh, hell no. We're too good for that.
Surprisingly, you
You're
rolled
too good for
really,
consequences?
really good. I'm looking forward to seeing where that storyline goes. Thank you, Jim. Emily, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. I've had some rice, I've had some tea. I'm playing Linu, the mechanic, who is definitely still in panicking mode. She did the one thing she knows how to do, which is mess with computers and droids.
Yep. And snuck in, and yeah, you got yeah, excellent.
Look, there is no security footage of us going in or out. That's the important thing.
That's it was so many good, wonderful successes and advantages that you did a great job. There is no fingerprint that you're aware of right now. So yeah, that's all good. Thank you. Adam, how are you doing, sir? Welcome back.
Hi. Thank you. I have plausible deniability both in person and in character. And as usual, I have no idea what's going on, but I do have dozens of windows open, both in my brain and on my computer. But I am here, and I am playing Shiloh Din, your Togruta non-binary badass, but not badass at all medic.
Excellent.
I
Thank
want to
you.
be a badass, but I'm not.
You can be a badass, and I think there's some
Yeah.
badassery coming forth in the
Right?
future of story. Oh yeah,
There's some
definitely.
badassery coming.
Yes. Excellent. Kurt, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing all right. Hi, everybody. I'm Kurt, also known as Covenant Thorologos. Today, I am playing Chaff, our resident warrior against RNG, resident heartthrob, as well as smooth-talking but can't close the deal salesman, who is around because he knows people. That's about it. Yeah, tonight we will continue with my war on RNG and Roll20. Sacrifices have been made. Whether or not they will appease the Roll20 gods, we have yet to see. The force is most definitely not strong with me in this particular setting, so here we go.
Currently, the Destiny pool is even, so we have a 3-3. So the force is balanced right now, and it may not necessarily that might be in your favor, but we will see and test those dice rolls for this evening. Before we jump into the recap, there's a few things we want to share and definitely some shout outs. We want to thank our affiliates very much, that Talon and Claw, our wonderful friends at Talon and Claw that makes wonderful and awesome Dice Vault and DM screens. Wonderful people, we love them dearly. And if you click on, there should be something popping up in the chat. If you click on that link, you go to their Etsy page and put in the code Dragon Daddy, you will get 10% off on any purchase that you have. So please consider that. They are going to be at several conventions and Ren fairs in the SoCal, Seattle, or Washington area. So check them out all spring and summer, and with several of the conventions that are coming up. So definitely check them out. And tell them we sent you. That would be great.
Is
Also,
that Shadowport Adventures one available?
that is
What, this one?
What? The
Mm.
one Bill has? What?
it's
We got to the party too late, Adam. That's sorry. It just you're not the only one
Yeah.
without. Don't worry. You're not
I got that one as
Okay.
Hezra.
That's a
Definitely.
It
special.
smells
special
good
one.
and it feels nice on your nose. This is quality wood.
that was another special edition from a different Shadowport adventure group. But don't worry.
That's Shadowport After Dark.
Yeah, that's Shadowport. Yeah, that's Shadowport.
That's
Don't
right.
worry. There's thanks, Bill, for spoiling something, but great.
What? You're the one who spoils us, Jay.
Okay. Additionally, we want to give another shout out to our wonderful friends at Smuggler's Coffee. By now, March has ended, and we would have attended GaryCon, and at GaryCon, you would have noticed we released the wonderful coffee that we have, and now my brain is forgetting.
Space fuel.
There we go. Yes, thank you very much. We launched that coffee. We are very excited about that, and we're hoping that you go to the Smuggler's Coffee link and go them, check out all their additional coffees and things like that. But we do have a collaboration with them about Shadowport Adventures. So we're very happy to be
Space
able
fuel or star fuel?
It is the Star Fuel.
Oh, Star
blend.
Fuel.
Star
Yeah,
Fuel.
Star Fuel.
It's your
And
Star Fuel
Bill
blend. Sold
was the
at,
one who came up with the name.
Yes,
That's
yes.
right. Sold at Tashi stations near you. Make sure it's delicious with a rocket wrap.
Yep.
Go pick one up.
And a little bit of
We have
secret-
engineered this coffee specifically to go well with a gas station burrito.
and
Mhm.
here's a little spoiler. There is some Arabesh over the door of the Tashi station of the coming out. It's backwards, but it reads rocket wrap.
Nice.
So that is on there for that. So check them out. We want to give great kudos to our artists that helped out with the overlays, as well as our wonderful now character art that we have that you can see. So check out at the end. We have all our information for that. So we thank them very wonderfully. And by this time, there might be a wonderful intro that we are excited and so happy to have. Thank you, Bill, for creating.
It'll be
such a
done.
wonderful,
It'll be done
beautiful
by the
intro.
time this airs. I mean,
It
I
is
finished it a
done.
long time ago. It's great.
Yeah. So getting all that out and sharing all that, we want to make sure everyone knows right when you see us that, hey, check these people out because we love them and you need to support them as much. Which again, you can support us here as much as you would like through subscriptions, Patreons, all that good stuff. Watch us on the vlogs and YouTube. So we're all being able to find everywhere, and multiple shows here at the Emporium for the Wayward Gamer. Which of course I forgot the wonderful intro since it's been so long. Welcome Wayward Gamers to the Emporium. But now we dive into Star Wars, our actual play, Edge of the Empire, Shadowport Adventures, Luck of the Draw. In a recap, our trusty crew have just spent 2 weeks getting their new ship ready to go, and their franchisee business started up. They got the ship fixed, got all the supplies, and Raxel, their main contributor and I want to say CEO of the company that helped them create their franchisees, that gave them after the interviews, as said, some information came that the droid from Mashuda was being sold off to a criminal from the junkyard, and he needs them to intercept and retrieve the droid because it has some valuable information that he found out. And the droid name was Snips, a green astromech, an R5 unit. For those who have watched several of the charity events, and Oops All Jawas, Is prelude to this potential event. So, because there may have been a Jawa in the corner in this kit that was a part of that particular event. Needless to say, the junkyard decided to sell off the droid because he finally figured out that, hey, there might be some information here. The crew went into town. There was a big parade going around. They decided to split the party. Some went into the front door. Some decided to go to the back door through the junkyard and cut through. There was a little bit of someone watching and get stunned by Clicky and set up in a corner on the street so they couldn't remember what they were doing. Shiloh decided to keep the engine running and the land speeder in the back so that, if they needed to run. And Kier and Chaff went in through the front, talked to the main Vino or Vorn, the junkyard person, and
Dead guy.
And then they stunned him because deniability they were gonna do. And Clicky and Lino come in, and because a name was used, Kier's name was used, and could be potentially identified. Clicky decided to save his friend.
Clicky was just saving Kier.
Yes, he was, and puts the junkyard dealer out of his misery, so to speak. Needless to say, there was also yes.
I think the important thing we've learned here is that now the junkyard dealer's not an asshole anymore.
Because there's no junkyard dealer.
Exactly.
Because he wasn't kind of an
I will happily forge paperwork in that droid's name.
And then, based off the wonderful rolls and scrubbing all the video and everything else, you made it look like a robbery gone wrong. And with some beautiful rolls, it looks like a robbery gone wrong. And you even have a corroborated story outside that someone was found stunned and a hatch cut through. So all the pieces to make it look like it was a robbery gone wrong is set. And we pick up as you get into the speeder, as Shiloh, all of them start running back and they get into the speeder, and you're
move.
And
Get
you're
out,
about
get
30
out,
minutes
the driver's seat.
behind where the droid was from the criminal syndicate that took the droid is about 30 minutes ahead of you. That is where we're picking up as you're moving your way out of Mashuda.
Bro,
I thought I was supposed to drive.
Move, would you move over?
I'm moving.
We need a fast driver, not a safe driver in this moment.
I mean, the safety program offered by the speeder insurance does have a kickback if we, drive safely.
True. Very true.
Like he's just taking his time climbing into the back seat.
Like at that Chaff literally does the whole straight up does the whole Samuel Jackson thing with his blaster and just sets it on the thing looking back at Clicky it comes with a stun setting. He was already stunned.
And Kier is just
he's buckling himself in.
Kier is using Let's Ride. He is I can mount or dismount a vehicle or enter a cockpit as an incidental. I mean, it is just he slides in, boom, he's behind. He's
he dukes a hazard across the hood.
You dukes a hazard, and you are just waiting for everyone to get in. It's that awful, you are counting the milliseconds, and they're taking their time to get in, and it feels like forever. Because you just want to gun it, but you're can't yet.
And Speeder's doing
I
a little
can't find the buckle.
inch thing.
Clicky reaches over and helps Shiloh with his buckle.
Lena is just sitting there, just buckled in,
And the second everyone is at least butts down in the speeder, we are going at as fast as I believe I can drive and not look suspicious until I clear.
Once you clear.
Hey,
So things went how we.
Just fly casual. You'll be all right.
So everything went how our luck usually goes, I take it?
Clicky shows Shiloh the part that he found that will help turn the turrets so that they can spin 360 degrees on the ship.
Houdini.
Exactly.
Well, I suppose that answers one question.
How much do you really want to know, Shiloh? Because I'm gonna get us out of here. If other people want to answer, that's fine. I'm gonna focus on driving right now.
Keep in mind, Shiloh, any questions you ask may make you legally culpable.
Hey, Shiloh, can you do me a solid? Hey, and look in your little bag there. Do you by
Yeah.
chance happen to have, I don't know, a possible mild sedative or something like that to kind of just take the edge off Kier? He learned some things today that he was unaware of. It's funny how language works and what intent is when the words that are used. And he's having a hard time dealing with that. So maybe
Do
take the
not
edge.
give me a sedative. I do not need. I've got to drive, which means I've got to be on. Sedative, not good.
Yeah, we'll do sedatives later. For right now, I would prefer him to be awake while he sleeps. We can't afford the good sedatives, so it's either like knock him out for 12 hours or leave him like he is.
Well, all right, fair enough. Real quick, Jay, what was the name of the gang that already bought the droid?
Yes, the gang was referred to as, from the information you received, it was a Rhodian gang called because I'm looking at my wonderful notes that are
Apple Dumpling.
Thank you.
Sun
Apple
Tool Rhodian
Dumpling
Gang.
Sun 2 Radio Gang. There we go. Yes.
I take notes.
Thank you for backing up my
I
wonderful
take notes too, but I missed the name. That's all.
Yes, Sun Tool Syndicate. It is a Rhodian. It is a Rhodian syndicate.
Gang.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Bill. That's more us.
What are we chasing the fucking Waltons? What's
Don
happening?
Knotts and
Apple Dumpling Gang. Oh my
So
God.
as you make your way through the short section of the main area, as you get to the electrical gate, there's a line to get out. And the gate people that are right there are just kind of like checking, and they're talking to the people who they're, and you're like there's like a speeder ahead of you and then two speeder bikes, and they're talking to the speeder bikes, and there's a Weeklu and a Gomorian, and the Weeklu's gonna, and they're Timo's basically controls the gate. So he's just basically like, what are you doing? They're asking him like exiting questions, and then they just kind of go on. And then the next land speeder comes up and they start talking, and there seems to be a little bit of a, comments going back and forth. And Kier, you're just kind of like,
be cool, man. Be cool.
I can see Chap sitting next to him. He's like, okay, come on, just calm down. Just
and 2 minutes go by and they're still having a conversation about, stuff going on. And then
Question.
Yes.
Does it look like they're using an electronic system that perhaps is communicating anything over the Wi-Fi that I could
No.
possibly connect to with?
No, it's not communicating over a Wi-Fi or a radio network type. It is actually, you would have to plug into something close by to be able to control it.
Yeah, that'd be harder to hide.
Yeah, that would be a very harder time. But needless to say, after the 3-minute mark, there seems to be enough conversation, and there's a small little bag that gets thrown in, and the gate opens up and gets left open. And then the gate comes down as you move up, and the Weeklu goes, looking over you. What, your shipments? What does even for business pleasure?
Nope, just had to drop some stuff off. Came for the parade. Time to go. I really have to go to the bathroom.
He had himself one too many rocket wraps, and we need to get back home immediately.
Really?
Weak digestive system. I suggest we go, or well, you're gonna be wearing the brown pants and not him.
It looks like some nice little Corinthian leather in there. Need to get that spotted, isn't it? And he's kind of jiving the other guy. Well, have your inspections been made on your vehicle?
It's a rental.
Full coverage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you like to give me a charm or a deception check to make this event go quicker?
I would give you a. You know what? I'll give you a charm. I'll give you a charm, sir.
Okay, I'm gonna throw a boost in here because of the the story of like what you provided, but I'm gonna put a setback in because suddenly the cruel nature of actually wanting that they have a cruelty nature in them, and
Oh yeah. Oh,
so
for sure.
and it's
For
gonna be just
sure.
an average check, so it's gonna be 2 purple.
Yeah.
So
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So tonight we're going to be kicking off with my personal war with RNG, and we're going to see what happens. Because I have no doubt that if I fail this, Kier will sell it and poop himself in that seat. Hey, I got 2
Hey,
successes.
2 successes. And basically you hear some honking coming from behind you, and the line is actually getting a little bit, they're like, all right, fine, all right. Okay. And realizing that they need to speed things up a little bit, and they realize they're not gonna, so they open up the gate and you're off.
Like as soon as the gates open.
And
Look, he's hanging on for dear life in the back.
Like, Chaff puts his hand on his hat, just like, what's it?
And as you're cruising, and you figured out that there's probably 3 different options that this syndicate, because you know that they're based off the information that you received, you know that they're taking a land speeder. There's a high probability there's pretty much 3 different routes to get to Moss Isley that they're going to. Actually, let me take that back. They're going, yeah, Moss Isley. There's 3 different 3 different locations, and you're still coming up, and it's gonna be forking at a location relatively soon. And as you're pushing this, I do need. This is going to be one of several uh piloting planetary rolls that I need from here as he's pushing this vehicle. Now it's only going to be 2 average, I believe, correct? Or is there a 3? Is it a 3 purple for your check?
For
The
my
um, you have a jockey check, I believe it is.
if I'm using full throttle,
Full throttle, yes.
that is a 3.
Okay.
I've improved full throttle, so it's 2.
Got it. That's what I wanted to verify. Normally it's 3, but down to 2 purple.
Ooh.
Now,
Right, 'cause
and one of the black setback is taken off because you have
I
skilled
take two black setbacks
Yep.
off because
So-
I am a skilled jockey.
So those are all, so, and I'm giving you a boost basically because, well, like I said, this is a nicer land speeder that you have. It's seating all of you. So the dice pool is set. So I need the first of several checks as you're pushing this thing. Now, as the time goes on, because it's going to be a few hours to get to Moss Isley, and as the check is going to be increasing as we get a little bit further down the line. So first roll. Let's see that. 2 advantages, no successes, but 2 advantages. So you're pushing it, and you're realizing that you're getting you're not getting the oomph that you really want. You're pushing it, but it needs probably a little work to kind of like as it's going. But you're doing well. You can do that little adjustment of liquid as you're pushing it a little bit. A little pod racing.
I gotta increase the flow.
Yep.
Lino,
there-
can you get me a little richer mix on this thing?
So what I was going to ask
Mhm.
is exactly that. Essentially, is there a way without having to stop the speeder
Yes.
of essentially, because I'm assuming this is electronically run, it's got a computer just like a car does, to essentially like overclock the injector so
Yes.
that it's injecting more fuel?
But it would be a mechanics check to be able to do this.
Sure.
And as you're leaning over,
I've got 3 yellow dice for that.
and so you got the 3 because this is like a 6-seater. So it's a 6-seater. So there's 3 rows. So it's a little bit longer in the.
Well, I'll unbuckle and start climbing through to the front seat. To do
and you've got
it.
3 large, like I said, engines that are on this thing. And as you kind of go around and you're doing, I'm going to be adding a setback dice because of
Mhm.
it going fast.
Mhm.
It's going to be, actually, I'm going to add 2 setback dice, but it's going to be an average check. to be
I'm
able
gonna
to.
use a light side point just because I feel like we need it. Like this is the moment.
Okay, and I will upgrade that. So that is upgraded and ready to go. So let's see you that mechanics check.
Let's roll that beautiful
And
dice footage.
3
Ooh,
successes.
Yeah.
nice.
So here,
Nice.
you because of the
Okay.
she got 3 successes, I'm going to upgrade automatically your next piloting check roll. If like I said, when you hit 3, it's going to upgrade. If she had 1 or 2, you'd have gotten some boost. But because she got 3, she hit those injectors just right, and you get that power to be able to go.
Nice.
And
Are we at the point we have to decide which route
yes,
we're taking?
that is exactly where we're at
Yeah.
right now. Are you going north a little bit to the left, or are you taking the right? To the right.
So I'm gonna. So though the one to the south, the one that's more straight,
Hmm?
is more commonly traveled, and is it safer?
In a way. Now, Shaft, you have a question, in which there's this might be leading up to
So-
something else I'm sharing.
So recalling
Mhm.
from 1970 something, I do believe Luke said there's something ahead on the scanners, implying speeders have scanners.
Speeders
So,
can have scanners, and it's relatively short range.
but could we use the scanners to maybe see if there is another speeder that's not that far ahead?
You could definitely try that, by all means.
Well,
Right.
I mean, Linu's in the front seat, and she's a computer whiz, so she probably know how to work it the best.
So here's the question, though. While Linu is getting, are you doing this while Linu is making the engines go faster, or when she's completed?
I'll try and do it while she's messing with the making it go faster, while she's spitting the the raw ethanol into the intake. Like
All right. So the dice pool set. So give me an electronics check for that, please. Shaft.
Computers.
Computers. It's a
Okay, cool.
scan.
All right. Probably not gonna do too hot, but here we go.
1 success and 3 threat. That's
Wow.
fine. So you pick up 1 or 2 speeders in the area, and those threat are basically you have 1 on each, going relatively away from you. Further, like I said, your scan goes to about this direction on the map, and you pick up 1 on each of those, and you can't determine anything else. But because of the threat, you know that there are 2 speeders, 1 speeder on each of the different locations. But brings us to Kier and Clicky, or not Kier. I'm sorry, Shiloh and Clicky. What are you doing during this first 20-minute drive that you're just speeding through, a half-hour drive that you're speeding through?
Well, Shiloh just asked or just observed to Clicky, hey, it seems like we're chasing someone instead of being chased, so I feel like this is an advantage over what our usual situation is.
Yeah.
And otherwise, I'm just trying to hold on to this very, very fast ride.
Clicky, do you have any conversation of the events that happened in the junkyard with Shiloh during this time?
So he's already shown Shiloh the part, which he's actually that's what he's most proud of at this moment, is that because now he knows that we're going to be able to upgrade the guns. So
Right.
so he's probably sitting there holding it, and he's just mumbling to himself over and over again about what his next plans are, which nobody understands a word that he's saying.
Yeah.
But every now and then he's gonna like look up, and he's too far back to actually like pat Kier on the back or anything else like that. But he's yelling encouragement to Kier about what is essentially to drive faster, but it just comes out as what.
I don't want to hear any apologies right now. I'm driving.
Okay. Now, Shiloh. So anyone with
Yes.
Underworld, anyone
Ooh.
anyone with Underworld that would like to
that.
make a roll. Let me set the dice. This is because you know the syndicate. You know that they're going to Moss Isley.
Hmm.
There might be that syndicate, or syndicates use certain routes or don't use certain routes, things of that nature. So there might be a little bit more information that you might be able to determine which direction you want to take.
I'm gonna actually participate in this. I don't have ranks in Underworld, but I do have pretty high intelligence. And I've been in the around the Underworld, so I do have some awareness. Yeah.
So this is
Yeah.
it's gonna be an average check, but it's gonna be one red and one purple based off of the information, because like I said, consequences of misjudging, because there's several different
Yeah.
syndicates out there. But go ahead and give me a roll
Dangerous.
to
That's why I left the planet.
yeah, it is.
Okay.
So
All
anyone
right.
can give
Dice.
me an underworld roll to give them an advantage
Ah.
on which direction they probably would have taken.
My character sheet's not opening.
Oh,
So
the dice are set.
dice are set.
Yes.
We both got the same. It's a good one.
Yeah.
3 the same. Look at that. Look at that RNG.
Oh,
Kicking it
weird.
out.
Are you in? Jim, is Clicky opening up yet?
Technically,
No.
they were all different results
Hold
too.
on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Well-
weird. They are.
They just ended up with the same outcome.
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
You may have to.
I closed roll 20. I'm going back into it right now.
Okay, got it. There could be a link issue. So, all right. So as we are looking at this, yeah. So Kira and Shiloh, definitely. Anyone else would like to make a roll that kind of combining together as you're talking about? You find the scanners. There's 2 different ones up there. You're not sure how far ahead. You think that's them, but what route would it
I mean,
be?
I have 5 intelligence. I could give it a shot.
Clicky, you just
Oh,
yeah, Clicky with 2 failures and
Yeah, Clicky's totally useless in this situation.
you're admiring these
Well, okay,
long
so
pieces.
this is awesome though. Like everybody rolled, and it's
Yeah.
mostly successes
Jack
and
haven't
advantages.
rolled.
Yeah, he
I
did.
did.
Yeah, he
He's in
did.
Oh, you
there.
did?
Yeah.
I missed
Yeah.
that.
I got a success
You
and an
just
advantage.
you just didn't
Oh, you did?
recognize it because
Yeah,
you
you're
succeeded.
not used to seeing me succeed at things.
Oh,
I know, I get it. I understand. I don't fault
Wait.
you for it.
Oh, there
I'm
it is.
proud
There
of
it
you.
is. I see it now. Oh yeah. So basically, the idea is. So the question becomes, if they wanted to be unseen and quiet, they would have taken the yellow on the map around in the longer route. If they just wanted to get back and they didn't have any cares or anything like that, they would have taken the purple, or the right, the one to the right, not the fork to the left,
The mustard route.
the mustard route.
The
Based
mustard
off
route.
of your thought pattern, pretty much what you got is they're probably taking the purple route, fork to the right, and that you might be able to catch up over that course. They might even stop at Tashi Station to pick something up, or Anchorhead on the way back.
Rocket wraps.
Them
Hello.
rocket wraps, man. You gotta stop for the rocket wraps.
I kind of
Stop.
feel like we get to that fork, and 4 of us just all point and go that way, while Clicky goes, Houdini!
He's pointing in a totally different direction.
No, Clicky. We just came from that direction.
Oh.
So here, you start going. You take the right fork, the purple route, so to speak,
Yep.
and crank it.
Going.
All right. So with that being said, we are going to now. You're going to have your second route. Now you get an automatic upgrade because Linu has upped the engine a little bit, but it's going to be 3 purple. It's been upgraded once.
All right.
So there we go. So when you're ready, give me that planetary roll.
Here we go. Oh no. That's a bad mix.
4 failures and an advantage.
Oh man.
Wow. I
Here.
thought you were good at this.
Listen, Kier is under
I
a lot of stress right now.
He
Here.
just starts banging on the dashboard as the engine just
No, it's basically it was like you hear that and it kind of takes off. Could you roll me a 1d100?
Sure. 99.
The engine took damage.
Oh,
Minus
no.
1 speed until repaired. You blew out one of the big engines. The mixture was so potent that it blew one of the engines. And literally you're slowing back down because you were the speeder normally is a speed of 3, but you've been pushing it for over like an hour at speed 4. Like you've been pushing it, redlining it. And then as you're redlining it, you add this special mixture to keep it going redlining. And then over the course of time, you just hit that button to kind of push it some more, and it just pushed over, and one of them goes, whoosh, and you hear this big smoke that kind of comes out, and you as you kind of go a little bit slower. And what would you like to do?
All right. Yeah, so that's wow, it's gotta be though this is like the YT of speeders. This thing is a pile. This is okay. I'm gonna keep going as fast as I can, but either that or I gotta throttle down a little bit. But we're down an engine, and I'm sure it's a mechanical error, but not ours.
Here, now might be the time to direct to the fastest route.
I
Well,
mean,
we're on the only route there is. There's no switching at this point.
You could try to fix the engine while he's running it and try and getting that thing under control if you'd like.
Honestly, worth a shot.
Yeah.
we have officially encroached into Mad Max territory at this point. Okay,
Yes.
100%. What a day!
Right.
What a lovely day!
Can Clicky assist Linu?
I have a witness
Yes.
me button on my
Yeah.
AAC.
Because I actually have a rank in mechanics.
Oh, you
so-
do have a rank in mechanics? All right.
Yeah.
So then I will automatically upgrade it because if you have a rank in mechanics and you upgrade it. It is going to be a hard critical. So it is 3 purple. But I used the dark side and making one of those purples red. And since you are going at the same time, I'm throwing that setback in there. But
Hey Jay,
yes.
I'll use a light side.
Ooh. Oh, sorry, I screwed that one up. Okay, there we go.
No, I just flipped the light side. It should be correct.
Okay, and then so I will upgrade a second time on this particular roll, as you are, and just picture, Lino is just hanging in, trying to get the engine going, and just the cranking in the engine, the smoke's kind of billowing behind. Here's just kind of looking back. Everyone's kind of looking. Clicky, you're kind of holding and handing her different items. I'm just picturing this.
She's asking for one part and he's handing her something else.
Clicky, if you could just tie this rope around my waist so that I can hang safely under the speeder while we're running.
Oh my
Just
god.
the side of the speeder. You're on the side of where this
Just
is.
like improvising a little harness to keep me from like falling off.
Because you stated that, if it's a spare or major failure, you will not be falling out.
Yeah. No, I've already been unbuckled for so long now that I've been aware of that danger for a while.
Please.
This is amazing.
Please roll that mechanics check. The dice pool is set.
I feel like I have a record number of triumph rolls in this campaign.
With the triumph.
You do.
Wow.
Would you like that
2
triumph
successes.
to be? Yeah, 2 successes. Now the speeder will take a strain, so I will note that because of the process of fixing this. But you fixed the critical engine issue.
Okay, hear me out.
Yep. No, please.
So
Sure.
So you know how, and I don't know if this is possible. So you see how there's like this area. Let's see, I need a freehand. there's this area like right here that looks kind of like a dried up river delta. So it's like probably a slight valley in the mountain.
So I want to clarify something. You are in purple. You are taking purple route.
Oh, I thought we were taking the northernmost
No.
route. Never
Oh,
mind.
you're taking purple route. But
Oh,
yeah,
Okay.
you just got over a hump, so you're about right here.
okay.
So
In that case, because I thought we were on a different route. Could we, through just sort of like the expulsive quality of repairing the engine and getting the injection back, happen to have lucked upon like something behind us like launched up or something towards some rocks and just opened up a pass?
are you trying to get you want to get through, so if you want to
Yeah,
jump
like
on this pass?
unlocking the race course shortcut.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you want are you
So like a
trying to get
Mario
on the
Kart.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You found a
exactly.
shortcut.
I'm trying to Mario Kart this.
So are you going to be going off instead of going to and taking the purple route all the way to Tashi Station? You want to go and join the mustard route to get there quicker?
Trying to find some sort of like the expulsion from the engine somehow causes a shortcut to occur. Yeah.
Okay. So would you want the shortcut to take the mustard route or to on the purple route?
Because we think they're taking purple.
Just,
right? That's
just
what we all
something to
agreed.
where we would get closer to them.
Okay.
Or be able to cut them off in front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it. All right. I will say definitely yes. So basically, you are getting into some shortcuts. So instead of taking one of the longer routes, you like you took this route, which cut off a certain
Got it.
amount, or you came in this direction, and you could potentially going to be able to cut them off, and it weed the time down. So you're pretty sure, based off of some of the scanners and things of that nature, which we will bring up in the next check after
Sweet,
this.
thank you. That's what
After
I was,
that, there will
was
be
trying to
one
figure
more
out.
scan. You'll actually get to determine which, because I have an idea. I figured Linu, when you set this and sit down for scanning, what would Linu be scanning for? Land speeder or the droid?
Ooh, that's a complicated question because if there's Tusken Raiders out here, there's going to be a lot of other droids, which could mean that scanning for a droid could
Jawas.
risk coming up with a bunch of false positives. So probably I've got to scan for one at once, but we already know where there's already a speeder. So narrowing it down with scanning for the droid. Welcome to how my brain works.
The GM didn't set that one up for you, did he? Understanding how Linu's brain worked.
Oh no, this is how my brain works. Is like this is usually just internal monologue.
So I would like Linu to give me a computer's check based off of that and everything that's going on. It is going to be you're getting a boost. It's going to be an average check, and it's going to be one setback, and you get a boost. So go ahead and give me that roll real quick on your computer's check. All right.
Hey.
So as you start that shortcut, and you are sitting in doing that shortcut, you realize that you can basically connect them back up to here. You can hit them, you find the speeder, you get the shortcut, and you catch up to them because they were actually based off of everything else with the speeder. They've got a little bit more lag time. But this is where the third role comes in for the piloting for Kier.
You can do it,
Here.
Bill.
Here, a shortcut has opened up, and I have identified where a speeder and droid are intersecting in terms of pathing. Here, follow this route.
All right, climb back in. Everybody buckle up. This isn't going to be pretty. I'm flipping the light side.
Oh, I
Here we
will
go.
upgrade it. The upgrade has been set.
God damn it. I got Kurt's dice. Who put Kurt's dice in my digital cup?
The
I'm not se-
overlays,
I'm
the
not seeing
overlays
them.
confused roll
They're-
20.
I haven't seen it yet either. Yeah, my
It's
roll
not fun
20 is
when it
really
happens
slow
to
today.
you.
I stole all the
There it is.
successes this
Oh,
session. I'm
God.
sorry.
Oh, that is a Kurt roll.
3 failures
Is that a
and
thing now?
I still haven't seen
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yes, we call it Kurting.
3
Uh,
failures, but 3 advantages.
I got the wheat, you got the chaff.
Yes.
Wow. Wow.
Well done.
you heard it
Wow.
here, folks. We have
Oh.
branded.
Taking inspiration in life.
Yes.
For that.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So because you're not able to push it as much as you would like, and it's not being the redlining isn't, you just can't get as much power that you want because of the crit that you had, and Inu has been able to fix it. It's going to take you a little bit longer, but you're going to be able to cut them off still. Because of those 3 advantages, you do not get another crit on the land speeder. So with those 3 failures, you would have had a crit. But the fact that you had 3 advantages, Linu is fixing the problems as they were happening. As like suddenly the beeping was starting to go, and she's oh no, and she fixes it before the crit happens.
I'm
You
just
know.
like a little mechanic Remora on this little speeder.
Yeah. But during this, Chaffed, Clicky, and Shiloh, what conversations are you having in this hour-long, process that Linu is being?
Oh, okay, so correct me if I'm wrong. We didn't stop. We just kept going while Linu was
Oh, yeah.
fixing the thing, right?
Oh yeah,
Huh?
she's hanging
Okay.
off the side.
Okay, so but we were going, as you put it, like we were cranked up to 11 for almost an hour.
Yeah.
So did we close the distance with them, like significantly, or
Not as significantly as you would have liked because of the time and because of the major, the engine damage, because it reduced the speed down. So basically, you were running at a 2 and they were running at a 3 speed. And then once you finally fixed it, you were basically able to get back up to 3. And so you're matching speeds, but because Linu found a shortcut, you were able to get that longer. So you were going the same speed for a long period of time, but Linu found that shortcut. That's why you're the further ahead.
We're gonna cut them off, but not as quickly as we would have liked.
Yeah.
okay, so like there was no chance in us actually catching them, so to speak, like coming up behind them.
Oh no, you're going to be doing that too potentially if you want, or you're
Okay.
ahead of them. But you could have, but because of the critical role engine failure, that
Got
ended when that happened. That literally
Mhm.
ended when that happened. Which brings us to, like I said, so that hour you've had like an hour or two of just these conversations. You've had some free conversations and things of that nature
Well,
as you're just
Clicky's been helping Linu, so
okay. So Chaft and Shiloh.
Well, Shiloh has been mostly just like, even though not necessary, has been holding on to the rope or whatever it is, holding Linu on, and also like holding on to Clicky's robe, like just like
as he's kind of leaning over.
right, yeah, just
Shiloh has him by the rope belt or whatever.
by the rope belt, yeah. Just I had, as team mom, Shiloh is just terrified that these two are going to fall off the speeder. So I've been spending most of my attention on trying to keep my blood pressure down as these two nearly die at any given moment.
Chaff is a firm believer in well, if he ain't driving and he ain't controlling the radio, then his job is to basically shut the hell up and sit in the back. So he has been holding his hat and just trying to not do anything to exacerbate Kier and his stress level at this point. Because he does legit feel kind of bad for Kier
Yeah.
right now.
Okay. Here, besides drive, is there any like how's Kier's stress level? Is there anything that
Oh, it's super high. Every time I make that roll with the advanced full throttle, I
Yep.
have to take a strain. So I'm or a stress. So I'm at 4 strain right now. So yeah, he's just like sweat is pouring off, and he's just like gritting his teeth, and like things are just not going as he's used to. And he's a combination of like really upset and really embarrassed, and is out of excuses.
So
And he's just like muttering under his breath.
So as you pass and you take the detour around Tashi Station and Anchorhead as you're getting into that area, you have the advantage. How do you want to approach this speeder? Do you want to approach it from the side, the back, the front? You can potentially, do approach it from the front. It is completely up to you based off of how the speed, the advantage, and the triumphs and the successes. You can control the narrative on this. How would you like to do?
So looking at the map, as we come over, that like it looks like we're kind of coming around over a ridge, maybe like coming up to where it is. I think the shot is they're cruising along, having their nice conversation. It's one of those little slice of life Star Wars moments. Like, oh, what are you gonna do? Well, I don't know. When I get to Anchorhead, I'm gonna think, and then you just see this other land speeder just come up in the air, and I'm trying to like basically like T-bone these guys to just like take them out. But yeah, it's that little calm before the like
can we
total Dukes of Hazzard.
Can we see the other speeder yet? Or
you would be able to, as you're getting closer, you would be able to see the speeder. And I would almost have pictured as you're on the ridge and they're down here and they're far away. I mean, they're a good distance away. So you're not in shooting range, so to speak. You're extreme range still. But then as you're getting a little bit, like I said, if you start shooting them, you would tip them off.
So like extreme range right now.
You're extreme range. So, and the question is, like I said, how close you can get, you can make it so then you just do the Dukes of Hazzard, jump off and land right next to them.
Okay, at this point, Clicky's gonna lean forward and he's gonna tap Chaff on his back, and he's gonna say, he's gonna be pointing at Kier, and he's gonna be like motioning to like get closer. He's like, and then Clicky's gonna turn around and he starts pulling parts of something out of his cloak, and he starts putting something together.
I think he wants you to go faster.
All right, I'm pulling up right on top of these guys if I can. Everybody hold on.
Are you crazy? Don't pull up on top of them. Don't go between them. Are you crazy? Go between them. Are you crazy?
So
are you crazy? Don't go.
Stealthy. Are you trying to be?
To me?
Well, if we're
stealthy, dude, I'm basically gonna like come up on them fast and hard. I'm not sneaking up on them. In fact, my only hope is that basically as they're driving, like I'm just coming at such a weird angle at so fast that like no one's gonna come at them from that angle. That's the surprise.
Okay. You're doing the sun. You're using the sun. And
yeah,
the
exactly.
Definitely
it's coming out of the sun.
Yeah.
All right.
Can I yank Linu back into the cockpit?
Oh yeah, by this time she's back into the cockpit. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I do the mom arm against Chaff. I love Kurt's expression.
That's because that's Chaff's expression. Like,
yeah.
Excuse me?
Jay, let me know if we get within long range, okay?
You're going to be on the ridge. So what I can say is if you want, you could take a shot from the ridge, but it would destroy any surprise. And if you want to have Kier not land right next to them, but relatively close, and you get a shot in beforehand, you can.
Okay. Well, basically,
just when we're coming down at them like a missile,
Yeah.
and then just shoot right before we hit them.
yeah, basically when we get to about long range, that's what Clicky wants to know.
Yeah. Okay. So you're gonna get to long range. Yeah. So just right before you come off the ridge, as like they're gonna be ahead of you, and you come off the ridge,
Mhm.
and you're gonna land, and like I said, like at the top of the ridge, more or
Okay.
less, you're at long range.
Okay. So at that point, Chaff is going to feel Clicky's hand on his back, and he's going to see the barrel of a rifle start to slide across his shoulder, and he's going to be whispering in his ear, "Bo, do, do, do," and Clicky's going to aim for the speeder. And if Chaff turns around, he realizes somehow Clicky has produced a blaster rifle, and it's just a mishmash of parts. It looks like a
Stripped
very
down.
stripped down one. And I'm using Chaff as a brace.
That's what I was like. Are you using Chaff as a platform?
And you get a boost for that. Uh,
So I'm gonna aim,
okay. You're gonna
and
aim, so
then
that's gonna give you an additional 1.
right, and then quick strike. I get 2 blue boost dice if I go first.
Technically, you are going first, but we're not in initiative. So I'm gonna roll. So I will give you that. I'll give you both of those. So you will have 4
Okay.
boost dice.
Okay.
But because of you're getting 4 because of your aim, because of
Mhm.
your ability of quick strike, and you're
Right.
using Chaff's shoulder as a brace.
Right.
But you are going on a land speeder and just about to go off a ridge. So I'm giving you some setback dice as well. And it
Okay.
is long range, so it will be 3 purple. Now, after
Okay.
the shot, Kier can put it to like punch it. So Kier, when we're done, if you want to roll your last planetary to be able to get up relatively close to short range, within short range of where the vehicles, we will then go into initiative.
Ooh. Do I want to wait until he lands?
That's the question. Do you want to wait? So you would be more, you're at long range and you could fire, but then they would know that they're there, or you
No,
could wait.
I would try to wait until we like hit the ground
Okay.
and then fire, so that it's like right after, because
Okay.
then it's going to be short range for the rifle.
It'd be short range with the rifle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now the question is, do I want to try to hit the driver, or do I just want to try to disable the speeder?
Now that's the question I need to know, because the driver is a little bit concealed from where you're coming in. Not too bad, but he does have a little bit of concealment, so it would add another setback dice to roll. The speeder would not. It would be a clean. Excuse me. There'd be no dice or anything like that.
Okay. Well, it's Clicky, so he's going to shoot at the driver.
He's going to shoot at the driver. All right. Because you are shooting at the driver, it is getting upgraded. Because he is an adversarial, you're trying to shoot the driver. So there is a little bit of that on there. And he does have some armor and all that other good stuff. So the dice pool is set. It's going to be a 1 red, 1 purple, 2 black setback dice, 4 boost dice.
Okay.
And I am very excited to see as this and Clicky Chaff, you're like the rifle kind of bounces off as this makeshift stripped down rifle that he literally, it was the best thing I can think about is the Star Trek episode in like season 2 where the Klingons are in the brig, and they just take pieces off themselves and makeshift and put a whole bunch of weapons together. That is what Clicky just did behind Shaft. And then the barrel just
Clicky's like, if you put sulfur inside of this bamboo tube, and then
Right.
if you can fashion some sort of rudimentary lathe.
Right. All right. So we ready?
The dice pool is set.
Oh,
That's a
Wow.
bunch of
Jesus.
advantages.
Wow.
So that's going to be
I'm
11.
sorry, but 4 blank dice.
Yeah, there are 4 blank dice on
Yeah.
that one.
Wow.
Right.
Wow. Those boosts really
But-
didn't do a whole lot to help,
yeah.
but
Well,
4
I
blank
mean,
dice.
but
Yeah.
like, you've got 4 advantage. You could make it a critical.
You could.
5
Yes.
advantages.
Yeah, so it
5
only takes
advantages.
3 for the crit. But you did 11 points of damage to him as you jumped down. He did take he took a whopping shot from that. He took it in the back of the shoulder. So, but he's not down. He definitely took it. And you may have seen him look over in the split second. So as you were aiming for his head, he moved slightly, and that's when you got him in the shoulder. What would you like to do with all those advantages?
Well, the most obvious thing is to make the speeder spin out and stop. Because all of a sudden him getting hit, it's going to throw off his driving.
Using 2 advantages, you could make him have a setback on any of the next driving test that he's going to have to do.
Okay. And then what can I do with the other 3?
You can crit him.
Okay, yeah, well, let's crit him.
Give me a D100, please.
I'm just going to do it the old-fashioned way. 43.
43. 43 is bowled over. He is knocked prone and with 1 drain. So literally he flies
knock him out of his seat.
Not necessarily knock him out of the seat, but he hits and it's spit he gets knocked so far forward and down, he's not in control of the vehicle right now.
That's exactly what we wanted.
He's not in control of the vehicle. Someone's gonna have to take over for him to do something. Yeah, he's just or he's gonna take his actions to be able to recover from that situation. All right. With that being said, we're gonna jump into initiative.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
go ahead and go to your combat tab, and you can roll cool because this is planned and set up for you.
Can we roll vigilance if it's better?
If you Shiloh, since you are waiting there and unexpectedly, I will say yes.
Okay.
Cool operator.
Because because he spotted you, I'm actually looking at uh-oh. Weird.
Roll 20 being roll 20. It doesn't like that chat got successes.
Oh, there it is.
Oh no, there it is. Okay.
What can I say except you're welcome?
All right, so I got to actually take out some of the leftovers. So we've got a 1. So we got a 1.0, we got a 1.1, we got
There's
a
a lot of
3.1.
PCs there.
Yeah, and then Shaft, you got a 3.
Mm-hmm.
And then Clicky got a 2.1.
2.1.
Okay.
Yep.
So these.
Oh no, I get a
I got-
3.1.
I got a
because of
0.1.
Yeah, mine's a 3.1 because of quick draw.
Bonus.
No, not quick draw.
Because of thing.
A rapid reaction.
Okay. I mistakenly deleted that one, so it's a 3.1 now. So I just changed that over. No, wait a minute. Yeah.
We've got a 3-1, a 3-0, a 3-1, a 1-1, a 0-1, and then one of the syndicate buds did 1-1.
Yeah, so we've got 2
That's
3
what I can
ones.
see so
Yeah.
far.
Yeah. So you have too far. So you've got a 3-1, a 3-1, and a 3. Yeah, because Shiloh got a 3-1, and then actually you only have 1. Kurt got a 3. Oh, because of
Clicky.
That's right.
Rapid
Clicky.
reaction.
That's right. The rapid reaction is up.
Yeah.
All right. So then I'm actually going to roll cool for the driver because he actually succeeded on his perception check. And he got only 3. Wow, that's appropriate. That's freaking appropriate.
A 0-3.
Yeah, that's freaking appropriate. All right. With that being said, initiative. You have 5 PC slots. What you see as you kind of come down, you see kind of a leader driving. You see another like a syndicate Rhodian in the passenger side. You see 2 other Rhodian passengers, and then you see the droid, the astromech on its side, strapped down in on the land speeder as it's kind of going. And yeah, who wants the first slot?
Hold on. Not that I'm opposed to us getting an extra turn. There are currently 6 PC slots in turn order.
Oh.
I just wanted to give you a heads up before we got to that point.
So who is the one? So Linu, we got a 1.1.
I think it's the 1-2.
Yes, the one that is it the 1-2?
Yeah.
Yep.
We don't have anyone that did 2 advantages.
Yep. Okay. Perfect. I got it out now. Okay. There we go.
Okay.
So yeah, who would like to take the first slot, and what would you like to do?
Can I go first?
Shiloh does not need to go first, so y'all.
Yeah,
go first.
make Shiloh go first.
No, I go last.
So because nobody's acted yet, does Clicky get to use Quick Strike again?
Used it already. That's one of
Well,
those
it says
things
against targets that have not acted yet this encounter.
True, but it's generally because you got a surprise round in.
Okay, all right.
It's
I'm
you
just
kind of
asking.
I would look at it as right now. How I feel is that because it's surprise, you had a surprise round, so you got it. Now it's the top of the round, and it's like one of those like technically, yeah. Yeah. Okay, fine. Yeah, that would be appropriate for that. So yes, you would get because using it twice because it's not the same round. I'm interlonging. Rule of cool.
I don't know. I don't have a problem with it. I mean, Clicky's going to aim, and he's going to get at least 2 boost dice. It's just whether or not I get 4. So,
you know what? Who are you shooting at?
The driver.
You're shooting at the driver again?
I can't make sure they're not going anywhere. I leave his body in the driver's seat. They have to move it.
Leave no witnesses, right, Clicky? Leave no witnesses.
Exactly.
God, stop.
Okay. The dice pool set. You got 4 advantages. It's going to be 2 setback because he is semi-prone, so you got a little bit of cover. He does have some armor on, which does that. And then I use the dark side.
Range.
It is short range, but he's Yep. But I use the dark side point for that. And I also he's an adversary, so it bumps it up. Even so, it's 1. So wait a minute. He bumps it up 2. I'm doing math here. If he bumps it up 2, goes 1, 1. Nope. So yeah, so it's just going to be 2 red. 2 red.
Okay. We all set?
1. Yes, we're all set.
Okay.
How many Rhodians are there?
There are a total of 4 Rhodians, a leader and 3. 4. Yep, total of 4.
Plus, if I take the leader out, there's
Gotcha.
a better chance the other guys will give up. Ooh, 4 successes and 2 advantages.
All right, 4 success. So that's going to be 13 points of damage.
Yeah.
And what would you like the what would you like the 2 advantages to be?
I'm going to pass them on to. I'm assuming Chaff is probably going to go next since he's the next best shot, and so I'm going to pass them off to Chaff.
Okay, so you're going to pass off a boost to him.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. All righty.
Is that guy down?
No,
I've hit him.
He is not.
He's taken 24 points of damage in 2 rounds.
Remember, he has soak. Yeah, he's got soak.
Okay.
He's got armor on
On his head?
Not in his head, but you shot him in the back again. He's
Yeah, he's
hurting.
he's kind of down underneath.
Oh yeah, and he's definitely like he's just the light is not shining on him very brightly. He's about to go. He's about to expire.
Okay.
So that brings us to the next player slot. Who would like the next player slot?
Go for it, Chaff.
All right. Are we at medium range?
You're technically going to be at short range because
Okay, cool.
you moved up like really close up to him.
All right. Then it's time to pew pew, I suppose.
Who are you going to pew pew?
I am going to. Actually, is their vehicle actually disabled, or is it just the driver that's disabled?
Just the driver.
I'm shooting the vehicle to disable it.
To heads up on that, you're gonna need a powerful weapon, a vehicle weapon, or you need to do at least over 10 points of damage.
We just had a rock take out one of our engines, okay? I'm just pointing that out.
Yep. Because that was a big rock. Technically, by the rules, you have to do at least 11 points of damage or enough advantages to cause a critical to be able to hit it. So, because it's going to have armor on it, and you've got to get it in blasters versus vehicle weapons. There's a distinctiveness between it. Because vehicle weapons are 10 times what normal blasters are. That's why when they're the stormtroopers are shooting at the Millennium Falcon as it's taking off, it's not doing very much damage.
Right, but I'm going to my Book of Boba Fett with the dude on the speeder bike and a boom, and they got like the thing explodes.
Okay, it's still a possibility. We'll see how well you do. I'm not opposed to this.
You need to throw rocks at it like an Ewok.
Do you?
My bad.
Are you aiming?
Sure.
Okay, you get a boost on that.
Okay, I will aim. Yeah,
all right.
100%.
All right, so then let's see that shot.
Okay, now I can just roll the weapon and I'm fine, right?
Yeah, go into your combat, go to the weapon, and right in that big dice in that weapon.
All right, here we go. Let's see.
Oh, there we go, Kurt.
So it's a light weapon. You did 7 points of damage. So you definitely shot it, and it seems to have gotten a blaster mark on it. It didn't look like it did too much damage, but it's possible it did some. Maybe it took a strain, things of that nature. But it didn't do any major damage to it. Yes.
Wait a minute. Hang on. He gave me Clicky gave me his advantage. Wouldn't that do something else?
Oh yes, you get to add another boost to this. So let me do something real quick. What is it? So we have you got another you got advantage.
Yeah, I only got an advantage out of it. Yeah, okay.
So what would you like to do with the advantage? So I would say the ship definitely took some strain.
Question, is this an open top or is this not
an open top? Oh yeah, this is open top. Okay. This is open top.
Could I have hit the controls of the speeder with the advantage, so it takes them a little longer to try and restart the engine?
So it's still gonna go. So it's more or less that it's probably you've probably maybe damaged some of the control, so it's something may not work right, but it's not going to necessarily affect the speed of the ship. It's their blasters are going, and it could be that the next person that's trying to grab the speeder handles are going to have some issue, like I said, some disadvantages and setbacks trying to make sure, because there are right there.
That'll work.
Okay. All righty. Which brings us to our third and fourth. So who's taking the third slot, and then decide who's going to take the fourth slot?
Three non-combat players.
Yeah, right.
Well, you do have a driver, and you literally. What do you want to do?
Yeah, I'll take the next slot, because that way I've got someone to fix stuff if it breaks after me.
Yeah.
Not that that'll happen, but yeah. So I'm basically trying to come in, and now that we're shooting things, like I want to basically come in, and I'm trying to T-bone.
You're hitting that side. You're hitting the side of that. Okay. This
Yeah, I
is
wanna
good. You're
spin
gonna
them out of
ram the thing.
control.
Okay.
Yep. Ramming
Wow.
speed.
All right. I'm giving you a boost because of you've got the advantage on this. This is going to be a hard roll because of how you're good. Basically, you're trying to ram it. Actually, I'm going to drop that down to an average roll, but you have I'm going to add a setback, but you remove setbacks, don't you, for your piloting?
Yeah, I remove 2. Yeah, I take away 2 black.
All right, so I'm going to take them, but it's going to be a purple and a red to do this.
Oh god. Okay. Where's our light side, dark side count at?
3 and 3.
Oh, use the light side, Bill. Go for it.
Yeah,
Is
go
it
for
really
it.
3-3?
It's 3-3 because I used some.
Yeah, Jay used a
Well, then
couple.
here we go. I'll flip it, the light side.
All right, I've upgraded, and so it is ready. So I need that piloting, and what is your goal? Are you trying to do damage
So
to
my
it?
goal is
Knock it
to
off, or
come in. No, as it's coming up, I'm actually trying to come in just behind the mid of their speeder. So when I hit it, it starts spinning.
okay? So you're doing a pit maneuver. So actually, because
Yeah.
you came in like this, and then you basically where's my camera there? So you was more like you were coming in like this originally, but
Yeah.
now
and then I'm like,
you come up like this, and then you basically turn in and just try to pit maneuver it. All right.
Yep.
The dice pool appears to be set, so let us.
Does he get any kind of advantage because their driver is down?
I did put you did
Okay.
get a boost on that, yeah.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
All right. So
At least I didn't fail.
you didn't fail.
Good lord.
So as you knocked it, and because he's like he's the driver is kind of like pressed up against and to the side. As you nailed it, the speeder, you just didn't nail it just right. So as he flew in, he kind of moved just at the last second. He didn't try, but because Clicky shot him, he kind of moved slightly and it miscalculated. So you just hit it, but you kind of bounced off of it and you're right next to it. No big deal. No damage to your. You did a little damage to it, some strain on their speeder, but no significant change. But you're butting right up next to it.
Got it.
You have an advantage. What would you like to do with that?
Can I use the advantage to make his handling roll harder?
Yes, very much so.
That's what I would like to do.
Okay. Which brings us to the next PC slot, and then it's going to be 2 NPCs and then a PC.
I think Shyla mentioned wanting to go last, or do you want to take this one?
Well, I normally go last because of wounds, but I can actually take a shot. I'm not terrible at this.
Yeah.
And I can aim, right? Since I don't need to use a maneuver.
That is correct. So I will give you a boost on that automatically. To aim, it's going to be short range, so it's 1 purple. There will be a setback because you're, like I said, moving and different things. What are you shooting, or who are you shooting?
So I'm just gonna shoot one of the Rhodians, whichever one is probably easiest to hit.
There's one right in the back. Yeah, one in the back.
Yeah,
no problem.
So so and I'm shooting on stun. So I'm doing stun damage.
Okay.
However that works.
Yep.
So let's see what I do. Oh, hey.
Now,
that's a lot of hits.
So your weapon, I wanted to double check because your weapon, you just have a standard weapon, don't you?
It's the HL-27 light blaster pistol.
So you actually get an additional advantage on that roll, and it is 5 points.
It does seem to have oh no, I guess the boost was added already.
But so what happened is you rolled on your skill set, not on the weapon set.
Oh, I see.
Yep.
Okay.
But so I just rolled a boost and it turned up blank. So I was going to add some more into it. So you're going to take a strain from shooting this guy, but you did 9 points of damage to him on stun. Which is really, really good. But he seems to be, he's stunned, but he's not completely what's the word I'm looking for? He's not down, but he's looking really, really hurt. Really, really hurt.
Okay, I think I made him mad.
All right.
And so so that strain does not my soak doesn't matter, right?
No,
I
yep.
don't soak that.
You
Right?
don't soak that. So you're gonna in your strain column, you're gonna take 1 strain because you're a little stressed because you thought you had a good shot and you should have knocked him down, but it didn't knock him down, and you're like, shit.
Don't like it when they can shoot back at me.
Yeah.
How dare they?
What a sentence.
Beautiful. It's a solid philosophy.
All right, because they're back to backs. Oh, I am an evil GM. The lieutenant.
Prove it.
Challenge accepted. The leader orders to switch places. Orders one of the guys to switch places with them. So one of the other guys is going to move into the driver's position, and he moves over to the passenger position.
Good. That wastes time.
Yep, that's fine. So, and basically he is barking out orders. That's all he's going to do. That's going to take his particular situation. And he's basically telling everyone to order. One of the Rhodians, his job is he's taking over. He's got the takes the reins. It's difficult, but he's going to need to make a piloting check. Planetary piloting check to get out of this situation. He's got some disadvantages because of, let me rephrase that. He's got setbacks because of the situation of shooting and ramming and clicky and Kier and everything that's been happening. So it's going to be an average check to be kind of maneuver away because they're pulling away from you a little bit. And so they're just going to get a short distance away, which, like I said, you're going to next round, you will be able to get up close again. So movement wise. Yeah, that's exactly. So how well this roll is going to go is going to determine how far away and how well he maneuvers and all this other stuff, because there's something else that's going to happen. Oh no. There is a reason why the leader was driving. There was a reason why the leader was driving. Because he's skilled. He's as skilled as Kier. But he's given
That's not going to help him.
But he's going to, not anymore. He's going to give it to his crony. Oh, wow. But he had some inspiring words to make sure. Now, while this is happening, there's the 2 other ones are in the back. One is grabbing a blaster and he's about to shoot. And then the other one is grabbing something else. And based off of this piloting roll is going to affect if they get advantages or setbacks on their shots. So let's go with the roll. Oh, shoot. That's not the one I wanted to hit. Let's hit another button. All right, here we go. Okay. The driver smacks in and he fails the piloting. So it's still relatively close. Oh, this is just bad. This is bad. So what happens though is that you see one of the Rhodians on the other side and the leader yelling at the one like, you need to get away. And he's like, I'm trying. And he's like, get away. And he's like, in Rhodian speak, because the other one pulls out this missile launcher. But because the driver failed his roll, he's still at basically engaged range with this missile launcher and can't get a shot.
Oh, this is perfectly fine. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So the missile launcher dude will not shoot this round because he doesn't have a shot.
His mistake.
But the other guy does have a shot. And he is going to shoot Clicky.
Who has cover because of chaff.
That is correct.
Wait, what? No, 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 no. No, 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 no.
Yes, he does. It is going to be short range, but I am
Very
turning.
rude.
But here's the key.
It's like how kobolds can use other characters as cover.
So instead of one purple, it's going to be one red. If I roll a despair, he shoots chaff.
All right, Kurt.
No, you're not.
No, I'm really not.
Well, guess it's time to roll up a new character.
No, since it's just a regular blaster pistol.
To the face.
Oh. Make sure my minion. All right, I got to pull down the minion. There we go. All right, here comes the blaster. Hey, it's only 9 points of Clicky. You got 9 points of damage.
I can't see it, so I have no idea what
sorry.
happened.
So he got 3 successes. So he got 9 points of damage minus your soak.
Okay, so I took 7.
7. So he was further back, so he was able to get a shot. So he shot you in the shoulder and the arm so yeah, he took the shot on there.
Okay.
And that's where they're at because because one's driving, the other one didn't do anything. He's yelling at everyone, which leads us to the last PC slot.
But they're close, right? Like how close are we talking?
You're butt up against each other.
So what you're saying is that my thermal cutter could reach their ship,
Yes.
their speeder.
But-
So what I'd like to try to do is to use my thermal cutter to do some damage to one of their engines on the side that is touching us, hopefully in a way that will send them spinning.
Oh, I love this so much.
I'm not built for combat, I'm built for mechanics, and I can do mechanics.
I'm going average. It's going to be an average check. It's going to be a setback because it's moving. I'm giving you a boost because it's a cutter and it slices into things. So just I need a mechanics check and anything, and it's going to be damage like to the ship that you're wanting to do. And yeah.
All right. Wish me luck.
I love this.
You know what? A threat makes sense with how close these speeders are to each other.
Yeah. So yeah, you're damaging it. Give me a crit. Give me a D100 roll, because you are, even though it's not a crit available on that,
75.
because of the damage that you're doing to the. I'm looking at it being a vehicle crit, and that is a power failure. I not voluntarily inflict system strain until repaired. So the power is starting to go down, and that is just perfect when it comes to this, as it's starting to slow down as you're bumping up against each other. And
I'm not built for combat, but I am built to mess with ships and droids.
That was a perfect. Oh my God, that was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful on that one. All right. Which brings us to the top of the round. And again, now we have 4 PC slots. Who would like to take the first slot as you're literally bumping up against each other? And this power is starting to slow down a little bit.
Is there a side of the road to run them off?
No, there's not. It's open.
Hmm.
You guys mind if Clicky goes again?
Go for it.
Yeah, go shoot.
So now the question is he pissed enough to shoot the guy who shot him, or does he want to shoot the guy with the rocket launcher?
Rocket launcher. That's not a question. Rocket launcher.
Yeah, I'll shoot the guy with the rocket launcher.
All right. It's short range, 2 setback.
Yeah, so I'm gonna aim.
Aim, so you get 2. Yep. All righty. Oh, wait a minute. you're using the rifle, right?
Yeah.
You only
I
get
still get
one.
2. No, I get 2 because it's accurate. I get a,
Oh, that's automatically put in on your weapon.
oh, okay. Yeah.
So yeah. All right.
All set.
All set.
God.
Oh, 14 points of damage.
Oh,
Plus 3
oh my.
damages.
What do you want it to look like when you blast this guy? And with those advantages, what would you like to happen?
So it's the full on like movie knockback, like when a guy gets hit with a shotgun and he just goes flying backwards.
He falls off and you just see him
No,
tumbling.
but what he gets blown into the guy who shot me, so that guy
Opposite.
can't.
He's
Yeah.
further away. So the guy that shot you is right next to
Ugh.
you, and this guy's on the other side. He's literally the furthest part away.
All right. Yeah. Well, then, yeah. I just totally blast us totally off the ship.
And he blasts
Like
off the ship.
Speeder. Yeah.
3 advantage. Wow. What would you like to happen?
I'm gonna pass them off to my buddy Chaff, so that he can take out the other guy that's shooting.
Okay. All right. That is cool. I'm using a dark side point for information later. Shaft, you are going to get 3 advantages. 3 blue boost dice on this, I should say. 3 boost dice on your shot. Short range. 1 setback. What would you like to do?
Pew pew pew.
All right. Roll the pew pew.
All right, here we go. Wait, I got
behind Clicky first.
Yeah, I hold Clicky up in front of me first, like just hold him up, and then wait, I have 3 advantage coming from Clicky.
Yeah, you got 3 boosts, so yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna utilize those. I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna utilize those to ensure that it's a critical hit.
No, so it's not automatic. So you get 3 boost dice. So you get you don't get 3 advantages, you get 3 boost dice.
Got it.
So and I've already added them in there. So yeah, you're right. So there's the high probability of boosts or so on your weapon, you did 7 points of damage and 3 advantages. Now the advantages
I got 3 for a crit.
No, you need 4 though for your light blaster.
Yeah, it says critical 4.
Yeah, you need.
Oh wait, with mine, oh no, it wouldn't matter. I killed the guy anyway.
Yeah,
I said because mine would have been a critical. Okay.
Yep.
Well, boo hoo.
But I will tell you this much: that is enough to take him out.
Okay.
Yeah, you took him out.
Like it's a cheap date. It's like Burger King. Like it's not like anything fancy.
Yeah, you shot him and he dropped and literally he just kind of like hits and then just falls and then just bounces and then just bounces off the land speeder. All right. 2 down, 2 to go, so to speak. You got 2 PC slots. Who would like the next 2?
Do you want me to shoot again?
Yeah.
Yes,
All right,
please.
Go.
All right, so let me get.
All right, and I will aim and shoot at, I guess, the same one, or is he one of the ones that is he the one that Chaff took out?
So you have the 2 that have been shot are gone. You have the driver and then you have the leader who's damaged in the passenger.
Shiloh, I'm only taking you out. I'm not taking them out.
Oh, thanks.
Do you want the driver or the leader?
Yeah. Shoot the driver. I will still on stun setting because I'm a doctor. But I'm going to aim and shoot the driver.
All right, the dice pool is set.
Well, okay, that's what, 6.
Yeah, so 1 success and 2 advantages, so that's 6 points of damage and 2 advantages.
Let's see. Can I use the advantage to I can't use it to do extra damage, right? I forget
Nope.
what I can
But you
use it
can
for.
give him a
But I can
setback on any piloting skills or anything like that you want.
oh, can I
Or you could,
just give him setback on being able to drive?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, or you could pass an
Yeah.
advantage on to Kier because I think he needs it.
Oh, that too. Yeah.
Hey, you're not
Yeah.
wrong.
Wait,
It's a it's
oh,
it's a
pass the
great
advantage
feeling,
on
isn't it?
Kier. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let me pass the advantage on to Kier.
Okay. And Kier's next, right?
I actually
Oh, no.
would like to take this slot because
Okay.
Kier can always navigate us back, but I can hit their speeder again with my thermal cutter if we're still close.
That is very, very true.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm just trying to cut them up while they're
Okay.
going.
Also, one of their engines falls off.
Yeah.
Right.
Basically, that's kind of what I'm trying to do is like see if I can just cut off pieces until their speeder stops moving.
Mhm. Give me your mechanics roll.
Sweet.
Oh God!
Oh,
What is it with
Lord.
Emily and the triumphs?
The
Holy
gods
shit.
love her.
They heard that I
Wow.
built a computer engineer and they went, we want to give that one props.
Wow! She gets at least one every time we play. Now she's had
Yeah,
two
pretty
Second
much.
today.
I am a statistical anomaly.
Would
What
you like
don't know, friends, is that she is actually a programmer for Roll20, and she just goes in before game and alters a little code related to her profile, and then that's just
Right.
how it works.
Okay, but I do work in QA, so that is how you would test that.
Exactly.
That is how you would test that to make sure it shows
Exactly.
up correctly. I don't work for Roll20,
Yeah.
but if I did,
We should also note that Emily has always hated Kurt.
so Emily, would you like to crit again with that triumph as you're doing more damage to this vehicle?
yeah, I may as well.
I'm going to plus 30 to this roll because of those advantages and a triumph. Unless what else do you want this triumph? What do you want? Actually, let me back up. What do you want the triumph to be as you're like cutting into these engines? What would you want this triumph to be? Because it's critical success that you have.
I don't know. I actually am interested to see what the crit table gives me.
Give me a D100 roll and I will add 30 to it. Knocked off course. On the next turn, the pilot cannot execute any maneuvers and must make a piloting check to gain control.
Amazing. It's good to
Nice.
distract them while we're working on stopping them.
As it's
So
slowing
their
down.
ship's powering down, losing control.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Wow.
It is power. Yeah, it is powering down. It is definitely. Wow. I'm. Wow. This is bad. This is not good at all. This is
Great. What are you kidding me? It's
You
fantastic.
know, we're having a great time.
Cutting their speeder to pieces.
So he's going to try to do a piloting on this to try to gain
With
control.
what?
He has major. It's going to be 4 purple, 2 setback, versus 3 green dice. Yeah, he's losing control over this thing. Absolutely losing control over this, which will downgrade the shot that the leader is going to take. So I will actually upgrade from a purple to a red on this particular, what he's going to be doing. And the thought was he's yelling at his comma, get away, get away. And can't get away. So he's like, you know what? Screw it. And remember when I flipped that dark side that I said, don't mind me anything, don't mind it at all or anything like that? Yeah.
Yeah, that we all totally ignored and know that you're going to use it. Yep.
Yep. So, Kurt, when I asked you what would you like those 3 advantages to be, you would decided to pass them on instead of the missile launcher falling off with the guy.
Yeah.
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 The leader grabbed it.
Ah.
No.
But is he as good a shot as Clicky or just as good a driver as Kier? That's the question.
So how this
Wait
is
a minute.
because of how this I am rolling two red with 3 setback against his piloting or his gunnery roll, which is 3 purple. But I am going to upgrade because I want to see how this goes. Because I upgraded this is just gonna go bad. This is just he's like bad. He's a good shot, but not with the missiles. The other guys were good with the missiles. This guy isn't.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
Oh, it's nice to see the
That is-
enemies roll a despair for once.
It's a
Yeah.
success, an advantage, and a despair. So
He gets off a really good missile shot into his own engine.
pretty much. Actually, it's a grenade. My mistake. It's a grenade launcher.
Oh,
Grenade.
when it was pointed at us, it's a
No,
missile
no.
launcher.
Actually, let me. No,
When it's
actually,
pointed at himself,
no,
it's
no,
a
no, no.
grenade
Actually,
launcher.
you know what? No, it is a. We're gonna go with missile launcher. It is a missile launcher. Gunnery. It's gonna be bad. It's cumbrance. It's limited ammo. It's got a blast of 6. It does 9 points of damage. So 9 points of damage to his ship, his land speeder, and 6 points of damage to yours.
To the ships.
Yes, to the ships.
Oh. There goes our insurance deposit.
That will be going. Your insurance deposit is going away on this one. Yes, since you have no armor, you only have 4 hull trauma. So you basically blow a hole into both of these and stop. You're basically it just blew a explosion and hits it, explodes. Here, since you're going to be rolling that piloting, so it doesn't you don't flip the speeder as it comes to a stop.
alrighty then.
That's what happens to the other speeder when it explodes and just pieces just start flying off
Oh God.
Oh no.
as the droid is still attached to the speeder.
Right.
That's what I was worried about.
So here, you're gonna need to give me that wonderful piloting check. Let me downgrade that. It's gonna be
And I have an
3.
advantage, right? Didn't I get an advantage?
Yep,
that
you got
came
it.
Yes,
forward?
for me.
I put
Yep.
that in there. Yep.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. I got to take away the black setback dice because 2 of them go away. So yeah, we're set. So
I'm going to use a light side because I don't want us to blow up.
okay,
Yeah.
let's see it.
And I've been rolling like
Hold
Bantha Dooku. So here we go.
I believe in you.
Gonna
There
be
we
good.
go.
All right. So as this missile explodes right in front of you, your ship and his ship, you bounce off of it with the explosion as your front. As you kind of like instead of flipping it over, you hit it up and you basically start doing that skid and you come to a stop still in motion, but the land speeder just goes and destroys the engine. It's not starting up. The other one, as it explodes, the force of it just sends it flying and tumbling, going, and literally the guy just gets ejected. The droid gets ejected and effectively out of combat because the aftermath of just this rolling of parts going all over the place. What would you like to do?
Goes it back to the
My
top of the.
first focus would be checking on the droid to make sure it's still in working condition.
We're going to be out of combat, so we're not going to have the initiatives anymore. But as Kier stopped and you survey what's going on, there's this shreddedness of being able to just that. Lino, you jump out. here, what are you doing as you stop and you realize that the land speeder is damaged? It's going to need like some serious repairs it's non-functioning. And it didn't blow up, but it's non-functioning. And you're going to need to do a little mechanics to be able to actually work it, or you're going to start walking.
He pries his hands off of the wheel. Like, okay. Okay. Everybody okay? Everybody all right?
Yeah. Clicky.
All right.
Clicky. Let me take a look at that shot.
Oh yeah. Clicky's like not doing real well right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
3 health left.
Oh my god. So
He's a glass cannon. He's strictly designed. Clicky goes first, Clicky wins. If the battle goes to a second round, he's fucked.
Chaff would like to look at Clicky, point at the wound, and just go, "Ooh, teeny."
Yeah. Okay. So so I can make a medicine check here.
Yes.
And okay. How do I do this? Okay. So I just need to make a medicine check, and I have surgeon. So when I make a medicine check to help a character heal wounds, heal 1 additional wound per rank of surgeon, which is just 1, but still helpful. Okay.
And it's an average check or hard check?
I
think it's
do
going to
not
be
have that.
we'll make it an average check. So yeah, give me
Okay.
oh actually no, it is it is a hard 3, it's 3. So yeah, so you're set. Go for it.
Okay. I'm set. Okay. Yeah, and then it should have the 1 blue dice added to it that I get.
I added that, so.
Oh, okay. Well, 5 advantage, no successes.
So the wound isn't there, but so here's the thing: you do have so you're just kind of trying to stop the bleeding and everything else, so you patch them up.
Yeah.
But you can remove any strain. But you do have the stim pack where you just shoot him and he gets 5
Yeah.
wounds back.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. I'm just like digging through whatever his robes are. I can't like find the spot. Like, and wait. Okay, now I have to ask. Like, is our Jawas covered in hair? Is that our canon?
I guess, yeah, kind of. It's
Well, okay. Well, Shiloh knows. The audience doesn't have to. But yeah, I just cannot find the wound, so I finally just like shove a stim pack in your neck and just inject it. So and then I do have stim pack specialist. So wait,
6. So yeah, you get 6 or 7 back. I can't remember.
It's an extra per rank of specialization, which I have 2.
So
So
you get 7 points. You heal 7 points of
Oh.
wounds.
okay.
that's all of it.
Yeah. So
Oh,
yeah,
nice. Okay.
so as Shiloh is healing Clicky, here you're like looking at you survived. You're like the skills. You're piloting Shaft. Nino jumps out and is going to be searching the rubble for the droid. Chaff, what are you doing during this time?
He's going over and seeing what he can salvage off of the dead Rhodians.
Okay.
I mean, any way to turn a profit, know what I'm saying?
So give you know what? Based off of give me a I think we're gonna go with perception in this one. Just because of with all the stuff that's going around, based off of that roll. I'm gonna make it an average roll with a setback because of all the junk and everything else that's going around. So give me a perception roll, and based off of that, how many successes you're gonna find some good or bad stuff. So fortunately,
all right.
and then we'll get to Linu in a second with Droid. Okay. So you find a blaster pistol, regular blaster pistol. Unfortunately, the missile launcher is damaged. It is not meant to be dropped or anything like that. disadvantage. The threat that you got there, I should say, not the disadvantage, but the threat that you got there, you're going to take a strain, which is eventually going to go away. But you realize exactly who this is. This is, you recognize that one of these individuals has a patch on the leader. You come to find the leader who's burnt up and just mangled, but in his armor that he's got just it's just burnt because of the explosion and stuff like that. But you recognize that he has a lieutenant's pin.
Okay.
That he will be missed.
Will he though? I mean, I look at it as we've basically helped members of his gang by offering an opportunity for advancement.
Which that is very true. And you will know if you encounter the gang again, you will know exactly who he reported to, who reported to him, and who his rivals were. So that will be one of the things based off of the percent of knowing who you've heard of this guy. So you will know that. Linu, as you're kind of searching her in the rubble, that's just pieces of just burnt out and some burning smoke, and just rambling, just shreds of metal and pieces of land speeder all over. You see a piece of metal just kind of slip down for a second and move. And beyond that, about 50 yards or about 20 yards, you see a green astromech stand up by himself. As if things were flying over, he must have cut or something broke that sent him flying. So he wasn't wrapped into the metal and took damage. He got catapulted and was like, did the catapult away and then hit the sand and was going, and he was skilled enough to not take any major damage from the fall of him going and hitting sand. But he hit a little bit of a rock, so there's a big dent in him on one of the sides and stuff like that. But nothing out of the ordinary. And he kind of stands up and he's just kind of looking around, surveying, and you see him and he sees you.
Speaking, so I have Speaks Binary,
Yep.
which I hope will help this.
Yes, it will.
That went differently than expected. Come with us. We have a job opportunity for you.
And he's just kind of searching around. He's like, job opportunity? This is the hell of recruitment. Destroy? You could have just asked.
Well, it won't be a slave job. It will be an actual job as an independent contractor.
Who do you work for?
I believe that would be something better discussed on our way away from this accident.
You get this restraining bolt off?
I can certainly try.
I'm not going to make you roll. Yes, you can.
Oh, then yeah.
And once he gets it off, he's like, okay. And you hear and he's like, let's go. And kind of moves towards the vehicle. And as you lean in and as Snips, R5 gets closer, you realize that Kira's just sitting there and the speeder is damaged. It's burnt. There's piece section missing. The engine is fried. And
are there enough pieces between the two wrecked speeders to get it working again? And how long would that take?
It's going to take you a good 3 hours. But you know what? The roll I'm not going to worry about, because with Snips and you and everyone working together.
With Thutini, I take half the time when it comes to
and
salvaging stuff.
That's the 3 hours, because it would have been much more. Actually, no, it would take an hour and a half. Yeah, it'd take an hour and a half to get salvage of the stuff. You're going to get it back working. It's hobbling along. It's not. Yeah, it's working. You got one hull back, just enough to make it start working.
While they're fixing while they're working on it that time, Kira's just over like on some rock somewhere, sitting down, like super bummed out. He's not helping. He's over there. He's coming down off the adrenaline high. and he is like upset with himself. He drove like crap, and that's literally all he's supposed to be able to do.
Shiloh is fairly useless in the situation as well as in terms of what needs to happen. So, Shiloh and they're pretty empathetic. So I think they go and sit down next to Kier, um, and just kind of says, "Hey, buddy, uh, looking a little down here." Uh,
Yeah, I mean, I I drove like Bantha Poodoo. That was terrible.
well,
I,
okay,
I
but
barely stopped without running into something.
yeah, but also, I mean, that speeder was awful. I
Yeah,
mean,
look, it's really convenient. Look, I mean, between you and me, half the time I just blame the gear because I'm covering that I didn't roll very well along in life here. I just like sometimes I feel like I'm just I don't know, like I'm just kind of it's a weird thing, like rolling through what I'm trying to do. I know I'm good, but maybe I'm not as good as I think I am. I don't know. I just barely kept that thing on the road.
well, but you did though. You kept us on the road, and you know, like sometimes when you're patching somebody up, the best you can do is just put them back together and sew it up tight. And the the rest kind of takes care of itself. You got us where we needed to go, and we're all still alive, and they're not. So you got to take that as a win, buddy.
Yes. I
Yeah.
mean, the only reason that we're going to get patched up and go anywhere else is because Linu and fixing things. The only reason that they're not getting away and finishing the job they were doing is because of, well, I don't know, the rest of you. So I don't know. I guess I'll drive us back slow.
We'll drive back slow, and then we'll get back in the Shadowlands where, it's actually worth your skill. And then, you're doing fine,
All right.
Captain.
I get the feeling y'all are very happy about that either, but sure.
And I
Look, Shiloh, I know that as you said it, I know you wanted V to be doing this, and I'm sorry they're not here. I'm gonna do the best I can, all right?
I I have been through such incredible poodoo that being able to make my own choices right now is really about all I could have ever hoped for. I didn't think I was even going to get to that point again. So the fact that I'm alive, I've got friends, maybe not the friends I thought I was going to have, but hey, you know, you're actually kind of all pretty great. I mean, except for Clicky, who scares me. But
That's kind of part of what makes him great, but like he kind of scared me too.
yeah,
I swear, when he said don't leave witnesses, I swear I thought that meant take them with you. I didn't know that.
oh, oh no,
Yeah.
no, that's not what that means.
Oh no 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 no.
No.
The
But,
light bulb has gone above Shiloh's head.
is that what happened in there?
Oh, you weren't supposed to tell you.
Wait,
Never mind. Never mind.
hey,
Um,
Kier, this is okay. So we've actually crossed into the realm of actual trauma now. Um, let's 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 talk some more, okay? When we get back to the ship.
okay.
'Cause
All right. Sure.
yeah, yeah. But for now, we just keep going, right? You stop, you die.
All right. Well, we're gonna go, but I'm probably gonna go fast for a while. Yeah, I gotta
Slow is
go
still
better.
going. Yeah, and I'll just, you know, pat him on the shoulder.
And as the ship gets fixed, you start moving along, limping your way back to the hangar, the secret hangar that you have. The twin suns start to set in the distance as it's getting dark, and you're going to arrive in the evening, just after dark. There won't be any issues with any sand people or anything like that during the time, or any ganks, because of how you're going. But you make it back to the the hangar. You get the multiple parts for the weapons for the ship. Nips is there. And as you approach, Rax is standing outside waiting for you because he was concerned. It's like, it's been, and as he sees this limping ship comes, he just has this look of like, okay, it's gonna be that. And as you get there, he introduces himself to Snips, and you can hear a nice banter between each other, and an instantaneous friendship seems to have formed, long lasting years from now, like a bond of continual partnership. And that is where we're going to end tonight's episode. Thank you everyone for joining us. We will be back in our next episode of what are they going to do next, because there are some options that we have. Thank you again. If you like what we're doing, please feel free to support us here with subscriptions or Patreon. We do have a merch store that if you'd like some stuff, hey, we would love to look for your support. And we thank you for everyone that supports us and that we see and meet. So if you ever see us, like I said, say hi, welcome us. We will be rating someone, but we will take care of that when we go live, when we put this on stream. But to leave you with our wonderful phrase, please be kind, don't be a jerk. And we will see you next time. Take care.
Yeah. Bye.